You know, sometimes I just get bored of the regular options for lunch and I want something that's fancy but also healthy and quick to make. This recipe for fish en papillote is an old favorite and I'm going to share it with you while I make my lunch. Right, so I'm going to start with seasoning the fish with salt and pepper. This is one fillet of Basa fish that I've got here. Some sea salt and some pepper. This is about 300 grams and that's about enough for one person. Not too much pepper, otherwise when you bite into it, that's all you'll taste. So the Basa has been seasoned. I've used Basa, but you can really just use any fish that you find. Salmon is great too, a pomfret would be really nice, but just be sure to use a fillet cut. I've got my oven preheating to 180 degrees Celsius and now I'm going to get going with the dressing and the veggies. I've got 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and I'm adding some fresh lemon juice, about a tablespoon, just a quarter of a teaspoon of some thyme. And now for my favorite ingredient, chili flakes. I'm adding about a quarter teaspoon, but really if you like a lot of spice in your food, you can go with about half a teaspoon. And now for a little bit of pepper and salt to season. Again, I'm just going with sea salt. Just stir that dressing together. I still have one more ingredient to add to that, and that's freshly chopped dill. The dill here will go really well with the veggies that I'm going to add and also the fish. So I'm going to add a bunch of the freshly chopped up dill to the dressing and I'm going to save the rest for the fish. Now I'm going to get going with the veggies. I've got a zucchini here. I'm going to use only about half of it. Cut that up into half and just cut it into half moons. This is also a great way to eat all your veggies. I've got the greens with the zucchini. I've sliced up a small carrot, one small potato that I've peeled and sliced up to this bowl. Add most of the dressing, saving just about 2 teaspoons for the fish later. You can also use your hands to toss the veggies with the dressing. I think that's good to go. Now I'm going to just chop up the leek. I've got a small leek here, but if you've got a big leek, just use half of it. Just slice it diagonally. And the reason why I'm using leeks and not onions here is because leeks have a much milder flavor that'll go really well with the veggies. I don't want any one particular flavor to overpower this dish. I want all the flavors to permeate into each other when they're baking. And now I'm set to make the parcel. So here I've got parchment paper. What I'm going to do is just fold it this way. And now I'm going to start the layering. The first layer will be of leeks. And top that up with the veggies. Just spread that out. Now for the fish. Now I'm just going to drizzle on the rest of the dressing and sprinkle on the remaining dill. Doesn't that look like something you want to eat already? Now I'm going to seal this. Cover that up. It's actually very simple. Just fold and turn like that. Fold and seal and just go around the entire paper like that. And parchment paper really is the best thing to cook this in because you don't need to grease the paper or do anything to it. It's just so low maintenance. If it opens up, just seal it back up. We've got the time. The oven's still preheating. Okay, the oven's done preheating and I'm going to put this in for about 15 to 17 minutes. So you know it's ready when it's puffed up a bit and there's hot steam inside this, so you just have to be careful when you cut this open. Paper's a little hot too. The first peek of my lunch and it looks so good. The vegetables have cooked through, the fish is nice and tender, cooked just right, and it's really a meal all in itself. I really don't need anything else with it. My mum will be happy too because I'm eating all my vegetables. I can't wait to eat this, but I've got to be a little careful because there are hot juices floating around. And quickly into the plate. Just cutting off the parchment from the tops so that I can tuck into this. I'm really hungry. There. Doesn't that look good? And that is my lunch for today. I'm going to eat this now, but if you like this recipe, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and leave a comment here once you've tried this recipe at home. See you next time.